Happy Sunday, everybody. I am officially on week 4 from today. So I've just completed my week 3, and I feel like there has been some shift in terms of how I feel physically and what I feel like my body is starting to make those changes. But there's also, I feel like mentally, there's a shift. And I'll tell you exactly what that is. So I know a couple of videos ago I mentioned, I think this was probably in week 2, I mentioned that I was feeling like by the Thursday, but definitely by the weekend. So Thursday is the day that I start to notice that I am feeling like the food noise is starting to come back slowly. And this week, I definitely noticed it more so. I don't know if it's just like a battle of me being such a big foodie that I'm forcing a part of my life that's missing, which is food, and wanting it to just be part of my life again in some way. So, but also, I do think that there is something about now being completed my week 3 that the food noise is starting to slowly, very slowly, very minimal. But by Thursday, I start to feel it. I'm like, oh, I feel like I could eat, and which sounds so crazy in itself. And then by the Saturday, so Friday, yeah, same kind of feeling as the Thursday, but by the Saturday, I really felt like I wanted to eat. Now, this weekend, I'll give you some context. I went into London this weekend, and I ended up meeting up with my mum, and we went for a really nice meal on Friday. So in my head, I'm like, I want to eat today. Like, I actually want to eat a meal properly. And then what happened was I ordered some salmon, came with mash and greens, was it? I'm just trying to, spinach. Yeah. Came with mash and spinach. And then on the menu, they also had mac and cheese as an extra. And I was like, oh, let's just get it and share it. But the worst thing is, as much as I wanted to, and this is where that whole mind over matter thing happens, because as much as I really wanted to eat, when the food came, I was like, I can't eat all of this. I had the salmon. It was only a small piece anyway, which for me back in the day, I would have been like, pre these jabs, trust me, back in the day, I would have been like, that is way too small. But I had the salmon, and then I had the vegetables, basically, the spinach. And I was like, I'm so full. But there's still potato on my plate. And I just couldn't eat it. But I had to try the mac and cheese because I was like, there's no way I'm not having some. So I had a little bit of that, to the point where the server was like, the waiter was he was like, do you want to take it away? And I was like, yeah, take it away. Because obviously that's a normal response, isn't it? Yeah, why would I not take it away? I'll eat it later. Yeah, clearly didn't get eaten. It just got wasted. But the reason why I mention this is because as much as the food noise I noticed this week was more prevalent, my stomach just couldn't take it. I could not. And I don't know if that's just part of the jab, where it makes you feel like you're fuller as well, or whether my stomach is starting to shrink because I'm eating a lot less than I usually do. And then that just kind of made me think about the relationship I have with food. You know, I think up until now, I hadn't really thought about that relationship with the food and how this jab can really readjust your mind. So as much as in my head I was like, I want to eat, my body was saying, you can't tolerate as much as you used to. You are full. Don't force yourself. As much as you want it, like mentally you're saying you want it, physically you can't do it. So I enjoyed what I had. And I think that's another thing. There's more enjoyment now than there was in the first 2 weeks. This week I did notice, definitely I did enjoy what I ate, but I also noticed when I hadn't enjoyed food more so. So if I ate something, I was like, that is really salty, or that's really sweet. And I think that's because where I'm eating less, I'm now becoming more attuned to the stronger flavors. So yeah, bit of a strange one this week. But yeah, so that was my update. Oh, also, I was out on Saturday night, so that was the purpose of meeting my mum. We went out for a birthday party, and we were out, and my mum was like drinking the prosecco, and of course, I had a tonic water, only because I love tonic water. And the thing is, it's not like I have seen. Obviously, you're not really meant to be drinking on the jabs, and I was like, okay, that's fine. I don't need to, because it's not like I have to drink to enjoy myself, but I definitely noticed the fact that I was like, I don't even want it. I don't even want a glass of Prosecco. I don't even want a rum. And I love rum. I don't even want like nothing. I literally just had a tonic water and lime the entire night. And I was good. And I still managed to get my dance on. Like, I was dancing all night. And what I did notice when I had my dress on is I felt a lot more, I felt smaller. I felt lighter on my heels. And I felt more, I guess, like almost like I just felt snatched in some way. It's a weird one, because feeling smaller is one thing, but I guess I'm feeling the muscle that because I train all the time, and when the muscle is covered by fat, like, you don't see it. But on this occasion, I felt like I saw the muscle. So there is a picture of I took, and you can see my muscles through my leg muscles coming through, and I was like, oh snap, okay, well that's why I felt more snatched as well, because it's clearly I was. So I'm noticing that difference. But yes, I did weigh in today, being Sunday, but I didn't weigh in until this evening, and because I feel like, because I was out obviously, and I didn't get back until this afternoon late, and I feel like by the time I weighed in, I had already drank water, and we all know how much water I drink, and I had already had a small, it wasn't even like, what did I even have? It was like a pretzel. I had a pretzel because obviously it's Sunday, and this was pre me taking my jab, when I walked through the mall and I could smell the cinnamon, and I was like, oh no, I have to eat that. Like, that sense has not changed. So so I went and got the cinnamon pretzel, and then I was eating it, and I was like, do I even want this? Like, it does taste good, but do I even really want it? But then I realised, because I hadn't eaten anything all day, and at that point it was 2:00, and I thought, you know what? I didn't even have a protein shake, which I normally do. I thought, let me just have it. Let me just have some calories, because I was still tired from last night and all the dancing. And then, why not? Why not treat yourself? So when I got home and then weighed, my scales were not saying as much as I thought they would have. And I do think it's because of what I ate and I drank throughout the day. Anyway, I did lose. And I'm going to say exactly, I share how much I lost this week. I lost 1.3 pounds. So 0.6 kg, which is still good. I feel like 1.3 pounds a week is a really steady way of losing. Now, remember, I do train, so my muscle is always going to be building. So I don't expect to lose much more than 1.5 pounds a week anyway, to be honest. I think if I lose any more than that a week, then it's starting to probably break down on my muscle, and I do not want that to happen. So total now, this is the end of week 3. My total weight loss so far is 8.3 pounds, which is 3.8 kg, which I'm still very happy with, and I can feel the difference. I notice the difference. I wear waist beads, and you can feel them slowly sliding down, definitely further than my waist now. So it's all good. But yeah, just some food for thought this week. I've just taken my jab, as I always do. And if there's anything to update, as I always say, I will update it in the week. But generally, it's not really much to say. I'm still gymming 3-4 times a week. This week was 4 times a week. Still working my normal hours, not feeling tired, no side effects, not feeling sick, not feeling bloated, definitely no constipation, definitely no diarrhea, definitely no headaches. I'm just, oh, and I'm sleeping better. And I don't know if I'm sleeping better because I'm eating less. And so I'm not feeling bloated and I'm not feeling heavy or full, or whether I just feel like I'm sleeping better. Yeah. And I do take melatonin. I started taking that probably about 4 weeks ago. So just before taking these jabs. And it really does work. I mean, we all produce it naturally anyway. So if you want some, get some. But yeah, it definitely works. And I feel like I'm sleeping a lot better. So it's all good. Anywho, 11 minutes. That's always going to be my max. And I will update you. Have a great week. See you soon. Bye.